everybody. Welcome back to a very special podcast. This is the podcast which talk about all your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over a nice cool glass of water. I'm your boy, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, by my longtime gal pal, Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back. Ooga.
Hello, Patrick.
This is our first time recording in like over a month, I think. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
As they say.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
I don't even know if I remember how to do this anymore. It's like our first episode all over again. All right. Yeah, sorry we had a lag in getting episodes out. We've been busy. We've been busy little beavers over here, building a dam. Hoover Dam. Do you live near the Hoover Dam? I feel like you do for some reason, but...
I live closer to it than you do. It's in, like, Nevada.
Is it like a day trip, or is it like way far away from you?
It's more than a day.
So you gotta spend the night?
Because you're gonna spend, like, a whole day driving there.
Okay, alright.
Because it's, like, outside of Las Vegas.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that. You know what? I should know that from the Beavis and Butthead movie.
Las Vegas is not a day's drive. It's like a 2-day drive.
Geography is not my strong point. Television is. That's why we're not doing a podcast about maps.
That sounds like something Sheldon Cooper would do when he finishes his Flags podcast.
The Atlas podcast. Talk about atlases and Rand McNally books, road maps. That's what we're here for today. Today, we're going to talk about, would you call it a modern classic?
Okay, so like, it's to us, it's a classic.
It was like critically adored though, right? It was like a critical hit.
Yeah, critics loved it. The people who watched it loved it. It's just that it did not have the numbers that the network wanted.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that because I have a lot to say about the network that it aired on around this time. Mm-hmm. And even today. So what are we doing? Why don't we drop the name of the program?
We are doing the Fred Savage classic, modern classic, The Grinder.
Yes. Yeah. So this also co-starred your boy, Rob Lowe.
Yes.
And what you classified as his second favorite role, according to him.
Yes. There was a list I found the other week, and he listed Dean as his second favorite role he's played.
It's Dean Sanderson, right?
Yes. Dean Sanderson Jr.
Jr. That's right. So he was an actor, a famous actor, who was on a procedural type show in which he is a lawyer, kind of like a Perry Mason type, just always saving the day.
Yeah, he was like the the sexy, young Matlock Perry Mason type on a show called The Grinder, where he played Mitch Grinder, who's a lawyer who always won in the case, over the top, dramatic. While, like, this stuff would never happen in an actual courtroom. America loved this world, and it lasted, like, 8 seasons.
Yeah, it lasted 8 seasons, and it ran its course, and he decided to bow out. He flies back to his hometown in, like, Iowa to watch the series finale.
No, it's Idaho. It's Boise.
Oh, sorry.
It's Boise, Idaho.
I always mix up those I states.
Totally different parts of the country.
Potatoes and... whatever Iowa has.
Iowa has corn.
Okay. You know, I should know this because my gal pal Hillary was born in Boise, and I feel like anything that like is Boise related, she's on top of, and I feel like I should have known that, but I forgot. Sorry, Boise. My apologies.
Okay, just so we're clear, you understand that Boise is in Idaho.
Yes.
And Iowa is in the Midwest. Right under Minnesota.
See, there's these 2 states that begin with the letter I. I think they're the only 2.
Illinois!
And Illinois. Well, I think Chicago. I go to Illinois.
Indiana!
Oh, Indiana, I completely forget about. Forget it's a state. All right. So out of the 4 states that begin with an I, Iowa and Idaho are like the shortest amount of letters. So I just kind of confused the 2. See, I told you this ain't the geography podcast. I already warned you at the top of the hour.
It really isn't. I kind of want to see all 50 states in the right spot on a map.
Oh, I know I can't. Because remember, like 10 years ago, there was a meme. There was like a game online or something. Like a Quizlet type thing. And it got passed around, and you had to like name all the states. I think I only knew like the East Coast, California, Washington, Kansas is smack in the middle, and like Florida, obviously, and like a couple like randos, like 'cause I knew the shape of Nevada and stuff. But other than that, no clue. No clue. You can show me your tri-state area, whatever, like the Four Corners. Are you dealing with a Four Corners state? Is Colorado a Four Corners place?
Yes, Colorado is a corner state.
You can literally just show me the Four Corners, like that's it, and tell me which one is which. I wouldn't even know. Couldn't tell you. All right, who cares right now? Rob Lowe plays Dean Sanderson Jr. He flies to Boise to watch the series finale of his show with his family. And his brother, he's staying at his brother's house, right?
His brother, of course, played by Fred Savage. And his brother is actually a lawyer in real life.
And a bad lawyer, right?
He works at the law firm with his dad. It's not that he's a bad lawyer, it's that he does not perform well in front of a crowd. He has, like, this public speaking thing. He goes robotic. Like, he knows his shit. Like, he knows his stuff. He knows, like, he is an encyclopedia of Idaho civil law. Right? Civil, criminal law, whatever. And, like, he knows the precedents, he knows all the stuff that he's supposed to do, but you get him in a courtroom, and it's like his shuts down, and he's just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he stutters. I can relate. I can definitely relate, because, you know, I know the shit, and then you gotta explain it with your own words, and you're like, words. Those are hard. Those are hard to pull sometimes. They're hard to pull out. Yeah, and the dad's played by William Devane.
Yes.
Which is great. Who, like, you never see anymore. Like, he very rarely pops up in things, and every time you see him, it's a treat.
I mean, when he's not trying to get you to, like, sell gold or silver.
Oh, is he that guy? Is that, like, what's he up to now? Like, those daytime commercials?
He's that guy, yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. I remember him on a little show called Phenom.
Yes, that's like, okay, I know, like, he's supposedly most well known for his role on Knots Landing, but I never really watched Knots Landing.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. It's a show that we're widely aware of. We know about the cul-de-sac. We know
of it.
We know the cast.
But it was never, I don't think it was ever really available to us.
By the time, like, I was aware of it, it was, like, wrapping up. It was in its, like, last year or two.
Yeah.
And I just, like, I don't care about any of these people. And then they had, like, a reunion movie in, like, the late 90s, and I'm like, I don't know where to GIF. Like, I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as, it was a spinoff to Dallas, which I knew, like, way more about. And it wasn't even, like, to me anyway, it wasn't the fun spinoff that had, like, UFOs, like the Fun Dynasty one did.
Yeah, right?
The Colbys, shout out to the Colbys, and our girl Emma Sam's getting abducted.
Yeah.
And did we ever get, like, a wrap-up on that? Did it really happen? I can't remember.
I honestly don't remember. I just remember Fallon was back for the reunion movie, so.
All right, well, you know what?
She had to have been returned safely.
When we do Emma Sam's August, we'll revisit it. We'll add it to the list. And we'll get her to tell us what it was like working on that show, because you know she loves us. She loves our show. Super fan, Emma Sam's.
Yeah, but, like, William Devane, I know him as the tennis coach on Fido.
Coach Louie. That's it. This is like how I know him. So yeah.
That's it.
So that's the basic premise of the show. Oh wait, no, we didn't really get into it. So hold on. So
No, we didn't.
Dean comes back. And he decides after seeing, like, one case, his brother, like, in one case, he's like, you know what, I think I want to be a lawyer. And
yeah, he's like, I think I can do this. I played one on TV for 8 years. I can totally be a lawyer.
The thing is that he doesn't know the law, but he knows the lingo, and he knows, like, the presence in a courtroom. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of, like, the greatest showman. Mm-hmm. And Fred Savage is, like, the guy who does all the work.
Yes.
Before we get any deeper, you want to do a quick run-through of this hot night of television? I would even call it a hot night of television, to be honest with you.
Ooh, this was this was like our second year of the podcast.
Yeah, we're in our second year. We're still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
Still ironing out all those wrinkles, so to say. Like we still are, but...
This is when I was living in the haunted room.
Oh, yeah, was it? You're getting ready to leave the haunted mansion?
Yeah, this is when I was, living in my parents' guest house.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, oh yeah. That little barn.
Garage.
In the backyard, I think. It's like an aluminum shed.
That's pretty much what it was.
You want to start off with our boys at the Alphabet at ABC?
What's happening on ABC this night?
All right, I actually used to watch a show, and I kind of enjoyed it. A lot of people were kind of wishy-washy on it, but I liked it. The Muppets.
Okay, yes, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that one.
It had the Muppets in like a PG-13 environment, and I feel like that's what the world needed at that point in time.
I think people wanted the Muppets to be more like the 70s TV show.
Like a variety?
And doesn't work in 2015 or whatever year it was, you know?
Yeah.
It's a very different world.
To me, it seemed like the Muppet movie.
Yeah.
It's like what it reminded me of. Like, we see them as characters and not as acting in skits.
Like, it was like, because Miss Piggy was hosting a late night show, so you'd get guest stars, like you'd get Reese Witherspoon, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it. It's on Disney Plus. They just added it along with the original Muppet Show, so ooga.
Fun. More stuff to binge.
Coming up at 8:30. This is a show that I started to watch, but I just kind of forgot about it. However, I enjoyed it. Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay, I never got into that one.
Okay, I don't know. I kind of dug it. All right, coming up at 9, this is a show that I was fully immersed in, and it just ended its run this past year. R.I.P. And I hope they don't erase it from the timeline. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ah, yes. Okay. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched like a little bit of the first season, and then I kind of just like, it wasn't enough to hold my interest, like to go in and download it every week. You know what I mean?
The first season was hit or miss. A lot of, I don't know, just a lot of wasteful episodes or just kind of like treading water, that kind of thing. But it gets better as it goes along. The last season's great. It ties back in with our boys.
I mean, I watched the whole like final season. I watched the whole final season and I loved that.
Because what's his name comes back from our show, Agent Carter.
Daniel Sosa.
Yeah, shout out to Sosa, Agent Sosa.
Oh.
Stay with us. Stay in the MCU, please. Tie him back in somehow. All right.
Oh my god.
I know.
Dude, if he shows up at any of the other Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff, I will lose my shit.
He probably won't. Let's be real.
Hey, Jarvis showed up in Endgame.
That is true.
And I lost my fucking shit. I was like, oh my god, it's Jarvis! And my boyfriend, now my fiance, was like, wait, what? Who? Because he'd never seen Agent Carter at that point. I was like, it's Jarvis! Yay! I had a whole moment.
Yeah, shout out to Agent Carter. Probably the best Marvel Cinematic show. Even better than WandaVision, methinks. I'm gonna throw it ahead of WandaVision.
Ooh.
You know what? I like me some Haley Atwell.
But
Always a treat.
yeah,
Even in like the weirder second season, still a fun show.
I do want to create a portrait of Howard Stark that he has hanging in the guest room that Peggy's in. Ridiculous. That's what kind of nerd I am.
Yeah, put it on the 2021 vision board. We'll get to it. All right. 100%. Kat Hall said the author was watching this show at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night on September 29th, 2015. We never said the date. I'm sorry. Any guesses? Any hot guesses what you're watching on a Tuesday night at 10 o'clock on September 29th, 2015?
I honestly can't.
We have to make up for it now.
I can't think of what it was.
We have to say the date 100 times. Quantico.
Oh, yes.
Long time.
Oh, first season of Quantico is, oh my god.
Yeah, fun little show about like they flashbacked a lot. There's a mystery involved. There was a guy that died at the end of the season that like really screwed with your head. Simon. Yeah, I forgot about Simon.
My baby.
Yeah, R.I.P. Simon. Come back to us in the prequel, maybe. Well, do you think they'll ever like do another Quantico? Do you think it'll ever be hot again?
No.
I feel like it will be. I feel like it'll come back around.
It was a hit.
It was a hit. It was like a big thing at the time.
And then somewhere in the second season, it got a little too
convoluted.
Like, yeah. And then by the third season, they went to like Criminal of the Week kind of thing. And I didn't even finish this third season.
I mean, we got like a reboot of Heroes. Talk about like one season wonders. So I don't know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Never say never in today's TV world.
That is true. All right. You ready for a mediocre night at CBS?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't even figure. It has to be a bunch of procedurals.
Pretty much. Yeah. The first 2 hours of the night, we get NCIS and then NCIS New Orleans.
Okay.
Then we get a show. Do you remember Limitless on at 10? Remember that hot little?
Yeah. You had the guy from Greek.
Your boy from Greek.
And yeah, that's like basically all I know is it was based off a Bradley Cooper movie. And Bradley Cooper's, like, in the pilot.
Like, they get injected with something that makes them, like, superpowers. Because, I don't know. I didn't really care for it.
Super smart or something?
Yeah, they can, like, run fast and, like, climb high and, I don't know, slow their breathing down underwater so they can swim further. I don't know, I can't remember. Yeah. I think I watched, like, one episode, maybe, just to, like, check it out.
Yeah, I think I watched, like, one episode and I was like, I don't know.
You're done. All right, you want to move over to Fox? Want to go have a hot night at Fox?
Yeah, what's happening at Fox?
Actually, I know for a fact I watched everything on Tonight on Fox, because I have clear vision in my head. Any guesses at 8 o'clock, a companion to this series that we're doing.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I can guess what 4 shows it was. I might not have the order.
There's only 3 shows on tonight, by the way. 3 shows. It's
There's only 3?
2 half hours and then an hour long.
Oh, well then it's Grandfathered, then The Grinder.
You got that right. Grandfathered was the John Stamos, one of the kids from Drake and Josh. I can't remember which one.
Josh Peck.
Josh Peck, okay. And Josh Peck has a kid, and now John Stamos is the grandfather. That's the premise of the show, right?
Yeah, so, okay. So years before, John Stamos had been in a relationship with Josh Peck's mother. She's the love of his life. He's never going to admit it. But she, left him when she found out she was pregnant, never told him. And then years later, after he has had a kid, he wants to meet his biological father, and he just shows up at the guy's restaurant. He's like, "Hi, I'm your son, and this is your granddaughter."
Oh, yeah, that's it, okay.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, that was the premise. And it's he's the young grandfather, and I don't know, his status is decreased in society because now he's a grandfather kind of show, I think, was the whole thing.
Kind of, he doesn't know,
what to do.
What's going on anymore.
Up is down, down is up, left is right.
He's that guy who's been the swinging, fun bachelor for years. He's had flings. He gets to go off to, Palm Beach for the weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
With some, 23-year-old girl. And now he realizes he has a family, something he probably always wanted, but never actively tried to get.
Well, I mean, it's he went to sleep. He went to sweep a swinging eligible bachelor, then he wakes up the next day and he's a grandfather, and he didn't even know he was a dad.
Yeah, exactly.
So kind of whoa, what just happened? I just skipped all the steps, went right to the end. All right, yeah, you got the 8:30 slot, right? It was the show we're doing tonight, The Grinder, but then following 9 o'clock. Scream Queens.
Oh, okay, yeah, I wasn't watching that.
Starring Emma Roberts, the girl from Glee that no one likes anymore, Jamie Lee Curtis, Carrie Fisher's daughter, and other people. I can't remember.
Yeah,
just throwing names out now.
I just know Lea Michele was on there as some nerdy girl.
Yeah, she played a girl with who wore braces or something, or fucking. Oh wait, no, she had a weird spinal issue, so she had to wear a weird corrector thing to hold her.
Oh, she had the bad scoliosis where you got to wear the actual back brace.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I liked it. It was a fun little show. Ariana Grande's in the first episode, and she gets killed. It's great times. You want to end the night at NBC? You want to have a very mediocre night?
Yeah, what's happening on NBC? I feel like can't be anything good on NBC at this point.
Nope. We start off with part 4 of the blind auditions for The Voice. It's on for 2 hours.
Ugh.
And then we end with, I don't even know what this is. Best Time Ever with Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, he did a variety show.
I forgot. I don't know.
Yeah, the variety show in what year? 2015 was this?
Yeah.
Did not work.
Nah. You know what? Every 10 years they try it. It's Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey had one for a weekend one year.
Yeah, just let's not. Let the variety show just be in the past with Donnie and Marie and Sonny and Cher.
And the Bradys and
whoever else had one. I don't even want to know. I'm terrified to find out.
Would you count Lawrence Welk Show as a variety show?
Maybe. Or is that more of what the Ed Sullivan Show was? It's different acts that he's... Oh, to be fair, you're the one who thought the Lawrence Welk Show was brand new entertainment when you were watching it on PBS.
When I watched it on PBS in the late 80s, I was like, oh, wow, this is a hot new show, the Lawrence Welk Show. He had the big band things going on, that was still hot in 1987. I don't know.
Oh, I love you.
On a scale of 1 out of 5, let's go with 1 out of 5 prima donna Miss Piggies. How many prima donna Miss Piggies would you give tonight's night of television?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Yeah, and I feel like you're being really generous with that too.
You know what? I'm being really generous because Miss Piggy is on this night.
Oh, she gets the piggy points, the PPs.
Yeah, you pretty much a whole extra point because of Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the same thing. ABC was lit. I definitely watched this whole night, probably. Maybe not Quantico. Fox was okay. I didn't really watch Grandfather too much. I kind of fell out halfway, but I definitely watched the other 2 shows. I definitely wasn't watching it this night. It was the next day on DVR or Hulu or something. It's we're in that era now where nothing happens in real life anymore.
When this TV season started, I was still living in Minnesota, But then, couple weeks into it, I was back in Colorado and I was downloading pretty much everything from like iTunes or like wherever I could find episodes of TV shows to keep up. And I would like download them in the morning and then watch them in the afternoon, evening. So I'd like watch it like evening.
Like Hulu still had everything on it. Like Hulu like actually had all the network shows. Pretty much, except for CBS, I think, but...
And, like, you didn't necessarily have to be, like, logged into Hulu.
Yeah.
And have a Hulu account and pay for it.
Yeah, the old days. The wild, wild west of streaming services. Alright,
Fun fact. Hulu has still not updated the closed captioning on the Dick Van Dyke episode.
Yeah.
To say Bing Crosby instead of Bill Cosby.
Yeah, shout out to, like, episode maybe, like...
Found that out this morning.
28 of the podcast when we did the Dick Van Dyke Show. The walnut episode, I can't remember the name. May this be a walnut or something? I don't know.
Yes.
May the walnut be with you. It is not a walnut. I don't know. I am not a walnut. I can't remember. All right.
Season 2, episode 20.
All right. You want to head into this wild show? Get into the nitty gritty of it?
Yes. Let's head into this wild show.
All right. We kind of teased the basic premise of it, but I don't know. We'll go back into it. We had some confusion about Idaho and Iowa.
Okay.
So it kind of messed things up for minute.
We are in the Sanderson family living room, and this consists of Stuart, his wife Debbie, his father Dean Sr., his daughter Lizzie, and his son Ethan, and his brother Dean Jr., the TV star. There is obvious, right off the bat, animosity, jealousy, mixed with feeling like he's not worth anything when his brother's around, like, kind of thing going on between Dean and Stuart, and Dean is completely oblivious.
All right, William Devane. He's Dean Sr. He gives birth to Rob Lowe, Dean Sanderson Jr., and I'm assuming that in his mind he always thought, his eldest son would take the mantle and become a lawyer just like him, but instead it was his other son, his, like, weird, awkward, got a lot of issues going on, son Stuart Sanderson. Mm-hmm. But then, like, Dean Jr., he gets cast on a show, and he's the star, playing an attorney, and everyone, like, people on the street, like, come up to him for, like, actual legal advice, I feel like. Dean Sanderson's, like, walking down the street.
They're like, Grinder! They just, like, yell out, Grinder!
Yeah.
Grinder, I love you! Like...
And he embraces it, too. He's not that celebrity that's like, oh, get out of my face, get out of my way.
Hey, this is something that always, like, weirds me out, like, on TV and movies. Like, in the movie Soap Dish, like, when Sally Field goes to the mall with Whoopi Goldberg, and they do the whole, oh my god, you're Celeste, you're on that TV show thing, So she signs a bunch of autographs. Like, in that scene, people have, like, autograph books and, like, stuff for her to sign. Like, the people do not... The only time I ever carried a freaking autograph book was when I went to Disney World at the age of 11.
Yeah, you bought it at the gift shop on the way there. You were, like, rolling in.
Yeah, you bought it at the gift shop, and then you get Cinderella and Snow White and Mickey Mouse.
Maybe you get, like, a Pluto paw print.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, oh, shit, I need something to sign. You pull out, like, a fucking 8-mile-long CVS receipt.
Yeah, I mean, right?
Like, what else you have?
Here's my planner. Sign my planner.
Oh, yeah, you probably walk around your planner, right? Do you bring it everywhere you go, just in case you gotta
I do.
Pencil something in?
I do. It's currently in my Captain Marvel backpack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you probably have some kind of purse or carry-all thing.
Yes,
I don't. Whatever I can fit in my pockets is, like, what I carry around. And
but here's the other thing. When I go, like, shopping, like, if I'm running into, like, TJ Maxx or Target, I don't bring my purse. I bring my car keys and my cell phone because my cell phone has my wallet.
Yeah, mine is too. Look at it. Look at that.
So I don't need to carry, I don't carry my purse.
What if you need it as a weapon? What if you have to beat somebody with it? You can use your phone? I guess you could. You could probably hurt somebody with it.
My phone is pretty big. My phone is, like, as big as my head.
Probably knock someone out with it if you hit them at the right angle, maybe in the temple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they might fall on the ground. Yeah. So Dean Sanderson Jr., he comes to Boise-ish area. Boise adjacent. It's like a suburb, right? It's not like the actual city, is it?
Yeah, it's like a little... Like, I think the family's, like, in a little suburb of Boise. And...
Just outside. If it is Boise probably is probably not this big bustling city. It's probably not, like, Denver or something.
I feel like you're underestimating Boise.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up a picture of Boise. See if I can find, like, a skyline shot of it.
Okay, so it's, like, a third... No, like a quarter of the size of Denver, population-wise.
It's got I don't think it's got, like, the Sears Tower size buildings there, but I don't know. Looks like they have a good, like, bank tower.
The Denver population is over 705,000 people in 2019. The Boise population is 226,000 people in 2019.
If I compare Denver and Boise, though, I feel like Denver is still like a bustling city, though. It's got...
Oh yeah, Denver's huge and busy, and...
They got the Nuggets. They house the Nuggets, the biggest basketball team.
They've got the Nuggets, the Rockies, and the Broncos, and the Avalanche. They have 4 major sports teams.
Yeah, what the fuck does Boise have? Do they have anything?
I just don't want, like, to find out, like, the one person who loves and adores us is from Boise and now they hate us.
I mean, I'm not slandering Boise. I'm just saying, like, like, I don't know. I just don't picture it to be this huge bustling city. It's not like the epicenter of the world. I mean, my apologies to anyone who's from there.
They have part of the Oregon Trail and a zoo.
Ooh.
And a water park.
What's the climate there? Doesn't it get, like, chilly there? I feel like there's, like, snow-capped mountains in the area.
Yeah.
We need to do a research project. Maybe we'll do a very special research project.
Not that I ever thought I'd ever have to look this up. Boise experienced dry summers with highs reaching 108 days in a typical year and 90 degrees on 51 days.
Ooh, good to know. You know what? Yeah, so great place to go.
On average, they get 18 inches of snow per year, which is shy of the national average of 28 inches per year.
Do they have any big businesses there? Like, do they have like a headquarters of like Bank of America or something?
I don't know.
If we have any listeners out there that are from the Boise region, send us a hot message. Tell us what your community is like. Maybe send pics. Maybe like tell us like the fun places to go. Like, do you have like a House of Blues there? Do you have a I don't know, Hard Rock or is Planet Hollywood still a thing? Are those still around?
Last time okay, I don't think those exist anymore.
Yes they fucking do, because there's a Hard Rock Cafe in my town.
Wow.
I'm gonna drive down there after recording and take a picture of me standing in front of it. And it's like new, too. It's like brand new.
Really? Oh, there is one in Denver.
I just didn't think Planet Hollywood was still a thing anymore.
I mean...
What about, you know what, maybe they have like a Rainforest Cafe. How about we'll say like the Boise Rainforest Cafe?
They have a Planet Hollywood in Vegas.
Oh, okay. All right, my apologies to the people behind Planet. We're just like belittling a lot of fucking specific audiences of people tonight.
Yeah, with so much fucking trouble.
Sorry, guys. You know what? I bet you have a good chicken sandwich.
Hey, at least I've been to a Planet Hollywood.
Oh, I have too. I've been to like maybe 2.
Yeah, I went to the Wood in Times Square.
Okay. You went to like a legit one, like an actual one, not like a small town Planet Hollywood.
Oh my god. Somewhere I actually have like pictures from it. It was April 1998. April 19th, 1998. I went to the Planet Hollywood in New York City.
Do we like stand in front of a picture of like the Terminator leather jacket or something?
No, I remember taking a picture of one of the lifeboats, I think it was, from Titanic or something ridiculous like that.
Hot off the press, the Titanic.
But that's also the day I went to the Kmart, Billy Warlock and Wally Kurth from General Hospital.
Whoa, wait, hold on. They were doing signings at a Kmart?
In New York City, yes.
Where was there a was it Times Square's or?
And I completely froze up and could not talk to them.
Like, where is there a Kmart in New York City? In like the 5 boroughs? Which borough?
There was one. My dad was off on a business trip and we had a friend watch. I was like, oh, this would be cool to do. I didn't think anybody would actually like take me into New York City. But she did. And then we went to, like, the Empire State Building, like, at Planet Hollywood for dinner.
Saw King Kong. And maybe, I don't know, like, the bench from Forrest Gump. Maybe sat on it.
I'm gonna have to, like, I could find pictures. I'll post them, but I have no idea.
Maybe you went to the table that Julia Roberts sat in and Mystic Pizza. Who knows? Like, who knows? What does this have to do with Gene Sanderson, star of Hot Fox sitcoms? I don't know, but...
Oh, you wanted to know if Boise had a Hard Rock Cafe, and we went. We did what we do.
We went dark. All right, yeah, so our boy Dean Sanderson, he's kind of like the big to-do around town. Like, everyone's excited. He runs into him at the grocery store. He's shaking hands. Everyone's down, and Fred Savage... Stuart, that's his name?
Yeah.
Stuart.
Everyone's like, ooh, you know, it's the whole hometown boy made good kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, this is what Mark Wahlberg has to go through whenever he goes back to Dorchester.
Have you seen this the Katie Holmes episode of AP Bio?
Katie Holmes Day? I have not. I'm wildly aware of it, though, just from you talking about it. The new, it's the new PaceyCon.
Better than PaceyCon. It's like a whole holiday, so to celebrate hometown girl does good kind of thing.
Sorry, Pacey. Sorry, you've been usurped by your girl, Joey Potter. Katie Holmes Day is now a thing. It's, when is it? It's in like April sometime, right?
I have to look it up, but yeah. Oh, that is amazing.
It's like a birthday, right?
So anyways, Dean's back in town, and there are people who are excited. Ooh, of real-life TV stars in town, and I just spotted him walking into the courthouse, and he plays a lawyer on TV, and oh my god, that was amazing, and I got my picture taken with him, and now it's all over Instagram. Oh, my life is complete.
What a great day for jury duty, huh?
Right?
It's like...
Oh my god. Like,
if you went to jury duty, you're all like beaten down. You're like, oh, fucking jury duty. You just, I don't know, you threw on your jury duty outfit, which is probably like, I don't know, like an old blouse, beat up pants. You like rolled in, you probably didn't do your hair that well. And you walk in, and the first person you bump into is Rob fucking Lowe. And you're like, wait a second, hold on. You like run into the bathroom. You like running some water through your hair real quick. Maybe like run into your car and get in that like overcoat work blazer. You like come back in, you're like, hi Rob Lowe, you in jury duty also?
I wore jeans, a t-shirt, a Care Bear hoodie, because I was trying to like be like, come on, you don't want this like bitch in a Care Bear hoodie on your jury. Unfortunately, I got selected and had to sit through jury duty.
I feel like jury duty is a dress code. I don't know. At least I'm like watching TV shows and movies that have a jury.
Like not in Salida, Colorado.
You would have changed your mind though. You would have changed out of that Care Bear sweatshirt as soon as you saw Rob Lowe. You were like, hold that thought. Stay right here.
Rob Lowe, I want to be your best friend.
All right. So yeah. So Dean Sanderson, he's like in the courtroom. He just wants to see his brother.
Oh my gosh.
Like, do lawyer stuff. And he's got what, like a, it's like a guy's getting kicked out of his apartment kind of thing. It's like a tenant dispute, I think, is the case.
Yeah, it's a tenant dispute. So here's the thing. Dean wants to support Stuart. Like, Dean is like, I love my brother. Like, he has no sense of any of the animosity from Stuart. Like, he does not get it. He's like in this whole other world. He's like, I love my little brother and I want to go like support him and I think he's awesome. I want to be just like...
Yeah, I want to be like him when I grow up kind of thing, even though he's the older bro. Yeah,
it's a case where the landlord claims that the tenants did not pay rent 1 month, so he wants to evict them, and they're saying they did.
Yeah, they wrote a check.
And it's a whole thing.
He's like, I dropped the check in the mailbox, the mail slot. It's kind of like an open shut case for Stuart. It's just like, it'll be something that'll be done within like an hour, not even. It's just going to be, all right, they'll probably just make this guy pay the rent in order to stay in the apartment kind of thing.
Yeah.
He might have to pay 2 months rent as like the worst case scenario, but our boy Rob Lowe suspects something's up.
Situation. And
wild and crazy antics. So he's like, well, how do we know the landlord didn't just like throw the check away? Like, why don't we look into this? Like, maybe we should. And Fred Savage is like, no, like, that's not how we do lawyer stuff.
Lawyers don't spend as much time in a courtroom as you think they do.
It's like, so he's kind of like doing these things on the side. He's doing little investigations on the side. Dean is actually like putting together like a legitimate case for this guy who's getting kicked out of his apartment. He's like throwing a case together.
Yeah.
And Stuart's like, this is not going to work. Like, you can try, you know what, I'll let you speak in front of the crowd, even though you're not a lawyer. Like, I don't know the legalities of this, but he goes up and he, like, nails it. Everyone is, like, just awestruck by his presentation, and then, like, someone's like, yeah, but you know he's not a real lawyer, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's right, he's not a real lawyer, okay.
He's not a real lawyer. He's never actually been to law school. He hasn't passed the bar exam.
So the judge is like, all right, yeah, like, you made a lot of interesting points, like, you're a celebrity, but, as the other guy, he said objection, and as he said, you're not a real lawyer, so you're not a real lawyer. Stuart's kind of like, like, my case is blown, like, fuck it, like, I don't know what's gonna happen now. Like, this poor guy came to me, I charged him like $100 an hour probably for me to work on this case. I probably worked out of like 20 minutes, but I'm gonna bill him for like 8 hours.
Oh, I don't think Stuart's that like that.
I feel like he is. I don't know. I feel like William Devane, the dad, is like, you know what? even though you looked at this for 20 minutes, you got to book him at the minimum. You got to bill him for the minimum.
If he worked on it for 20 minutes, he would bill him for a half an hour.
I don't know.
Round it up to the nearest quarter hour.
He worked on it for not as long as he probably should have. He's just like, all right, here's the thing. You're going to have to, you know what? I'll get you to stay in the house, but you're probably going to have to pay like shitload of extra money that you needed to. But at least you get to keep the condo wherever it is that he lives.
Yeah, like you get to keep your like shitty little 1.5 bath apartment.
Yeah, so they all go home. They're all like, they're back at the Sanderson house, and meanwhile, like, Dean's kind of like solving like all the problems of the household that's been going on for like the last couple of years. So Stuart has kids.
Yeah, Stuart has 2 kids, Lizzie and Ethan. Lizzie is in high school. Ethan is in middle school, junior high. Lizzie wants to date this guy, Joel, but the only way he can come over to the house is if Ethan says he's coming over to hang out with him.
Yeah.
Like, right there, like, why would a 10th grader want to hang out with, like, what, an 8th grader?
Yeah, so, like, Joel comes in, not Joel, who's the kid?
Ethan.
So Ethan comes in, it's like late at night, and he's like, hey, Dad, can Joel sleep over tomorrow night? And he's like, wait, who? He's like, my friend Joel from high school. And he's like...
They're like the 10th grader?
Yeah, he's like, why would he want to hang out with you? He's like, hey, I'm working on my image, because I feel like he has that Rob Lowe mentality where he wants to be the star of Boise now.
Well, okay, think about it like this. He's probably like that kid who... He's a perfectly nice kid, but he's not, like, popular or into sports or anything, so, like, he has no social status, and this is, like, middle school's really where that kind of hierarchy really starts to pick up.
Oh, yeah, he's like, hey, I hang out with Joel. 10th grade Joel is coming over my house tonight.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with high schoolers. What are you guys doing?
You fucking losers. You fucking losers are probably home playing, I don't know, Xbox. While I'm out doing high school things. He drives a car.
Yeah.
He drives a hot rod. We're gonna go to the convenience store. We're gonna try to buy some beer or whatever 10th graders do these days. I don't know what they're into.
I don't even know. We're gonna go make a stupid video for YouTube where we just jump on random crap.
Fred Savage's like, all right, yeah, just he can sleep over. It's weird, but okay. And we kind of like skipped over Fred Savage's wife. She's kind of like smitten by Rob Lowe too. She kind of like is into him.
This is the only episode that comes up, but Debbie and Dean were an item in high school.
They retcon it after, like it never happened.
Like they just don't bring it up like again. They're like, we're not gonna dive into that because that's a can of worms I don't think they were willing to do.
Yeah, maybe the test audience was like, like a devil's three-way between them.
There's already enough weird stuff between the brothers. You really want to add, like, the wife, too?
She's like, I like having him in the house, and Stuart, does he say, like, he says, like, I can't see him having him around, and that's, like, when, like, Dean walks in the door, like, right at that moment?
Yeah, like, you know when you have your home and you're used to, like, things a certain way, and then someone comes in to visit and they just, like, disrupt. That is Dean, and that's how Stuart, he just feels like he can't get a handle on anything. Everything's getting, like, disrupted. Dean's, like, giving the kids advice and trying to help them, and Stuart's like, why won't they come to me, kind of thing. It's like, dude, because you're their dad. You're not their super cool TV star uncle.
Yeah, and Dean even kind of, like, supports the Joel and Lizzie, like, dynamic, like, in the house. Like, all right.
I don't think it was a sleepover. To be fair, I don't think it was a sleepover. I think it was just, like, a hang.
Oh, okay. Well...
Like, you're gonna come hang out.
But
they used it as an excuse so he could hang out with Lizzie.
Yeah, because Dean became aware of it, and he allowed it to happen. He's like, but you have to do this for me, like, at a future date. And Stuart kind of finds out about that, and he gets upset, and...
Yeah.
I don't know, there's, like, a bro blowout moment in the last act of the thing, and, you know, he's like, you know, ever since you came here, you've just ruined my life. You know, why don't you go back to Hollywood and work on some other show? Get out of here. So he feels kind of, like, defeated. I don't know, it's the next day.
Yeah, they have to go for court. Stuart is there. It's closing arguments, and Stuart's in front of the jury. He's got his, like, index cards, and he's in robot mode. He's just kind of, like, saying them. There's no emotion. There's no enunciation. He's just, like, reading off the paper.
So then Stuart kind of, like, he realizes that what he's saying's not right. I think the cards get out of order, too, don't they? Doesn't they get mixed up at some point?
Well, here's the thing.
And he's not saying them in the right order.
Dean knows that Stuart knows this stuff. He's like, you don't need note cards. You know this stuff. Like, what is going on? Like, Dean is trying to build Stuart up, and Stuart's like, no, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. So, there's that whole weird dynamic. But
then he kind of, like, has, like, an epiphany. He has, like, aha moment. Like, the bells go off.
No. You're thinking ahead. Because this is where Dean comes in.
I watched, like, 5 episodes, so, like, I can't remember.
Yeah, no. Dean comes in at this point. Objection! And everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? And Dean starts, like, he calls the landlord to the stand. Like, nobody is stopping him because they're just so, like, it's the grinder. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He calls the landlord to the stand, and he's like, you threw the check. You got rid of the check, didn't you? You got rid of it. You've lost that. He's like, I've never lost a check. Well, what if I told you I had the check right here in an envelope? He's like, what? Couldn't have. I threw that check out.
Yes. They do that, that thing, it happens a lot of, like, old Perry Mason episodes where they try to get the actual person to admit to doing the crime, which probably would never happen in real life, but it worked in this.
Oh.
Stuart's like, where did you find the check? He's like, oh, I didn't have a check in the envelope. It was just a blank envelope. I just grabbed an envelope from your office on the way here.
No. The guy opens the envelope and it says grinder rests.
I don't know if this stuff would really fly in a real case, but whatever.
It would not.
I'm going to try it one day. I'm just going to bust into a courtroom someday.
That's the point the landlord's attorney starts to make, and then Stuart's like, hold up. He gets this boost of confidence, and he, like, recites, like, this precedent where a witness can be called during closing arguments or something in a case, like, from 10 years ago or something. And the judge is like, yeah, he's right.
This is the one thing I remember about my law class that I took in high school, 11th grade high school law class, is that precedents, know your precedents.
Right.
They will save you in court. I bet it's a lot easier now, though, with the internet, but I don't, like, old-timey. Well, knowing precedents is probably like looking through a big-ass book.
Well, I think they actually have attorneys who do read the research. Like,
oh, you have, like, the legal assistant that's... you have the Della Street that's going through all the books.
Well, there's, like, there are lawyers who are research attorneys. Like, they have their law degree, but they're not lawyers in the courtroom. They're the ones going over, like, the laws and evidence that comes in for a case. I've been hearing about it because I've been following the Toddy Westbrook Without a Crystal Ball case, and that is some wild fucking shit.
See, when you said that, I think of, what's her name on The Good Wife?
I never watched The Good Wife.
Working behind the scenes and, like, working cases for them, but, like, trying to dig up the dirt, and, you know, she had sources, she knew some seedy guys.
Law firms will also have investigators they hire to look into stuff, and... like, there's whole teams doing stuff. It's not just, like...
yeah, you have a whole crew.
Yeah, there's, like, a whole team of lawyers, like, working on stuff.
Yeah, you got people... you got, like, the phone people that answer the phones. Then you got, like, the actual lawyers. And you have the investigators. And they all kind of cross paths at some point. And they share information.
Yes, and those phone people, sweetheart, are called receptionists.
Shout out to the phone. You know what? I'm a phone person. So, like, why am I, like, shaming phone people?
I mean, my whole job... is on phones.
I'm like the ER phone person sometimes. I'm the phone person. I don't like to be called a secretary. I like to be called the phone person.
The phone person. Because
someone's got to do the hard work. And that is the hard work. You know what? Being on the phone and you can't get this person off the phone. They're just yelling at you for like 5 minutes. And
well, like, okay. We, until a few months ago, never had an actual phone at our desk at work. Like, we never needed a phone. Like, nobody called in, but since we have more and more people working from home and they have issues they need to report, they have to call in. So we got one of the extra operations phones installed at our desk, and we took over that extension.
Oh.
These people will call in and, like, have a problem, and I'm just like, why is this a problem? Like, you have to walk them through stuff, like logging into the system, logging into the chat room, like, logging into the Paychex clock-in system, and I'm just like, this is all in your paperwork. Or they will come up and call or contact us for, like, ridiculous tech issues that make no sense, and it's like, yeah, like, did you go through the troubleshooting on the website? No? Okay, go do that first. And then if none of that works, you submit a ticket, and you clock out for the day.
All right, you want to talk about some hot, that's pretty much the episode.
Yeah.
Dean Sanderson decides to stay in town. His brother allows him to. He's going to work on getting his law degree.
There's still this awkward tension when Dean grabs Stuart's hand and Stuart's like, I don't want to hold your hand. Like, what the hell? Like, Dean wants this wonderful relationship with his brother, and Stuart's like, dude, stop touching me.
I will tell you, all the subsequent episodes, everyone gets better than the one before.
Oh, yeah.
It's so great. So, at one point, what's his name? Tim Oliphant shows up. Timothy Oliphant.
Yes.
He's gonna play Mitch Grinder's brother Rake on the Grinder New Orleans, the spin-off show.
Oh, there's like this whole thing where Timothy helped convince Dean to quit the show. Oh.
He plays himself too. Like it's like he's not even like a character. It's great.
No, he plays himself as a fictional character. Oh my god, this show.
Ann Archer's in episodes. Jenna Fisher from The Office is in it. Jason Alexander's in episodes. Maya Rudolph, I think, is in one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's in a few.
When was the last time Fox had like a real bona fide hit? It's been a long time. I feel like they've had nothing in the last like 10 years. I know like Empire was big for a season. 911 was kind of okay, but
to be fair, 911 got its own spin-off starring Rob Lowe.
It's not a good show. Gotta throw this out there. Not a good show. It was alright at first, but then what kind of ends up happening with a lot of medical procedural type related shows, they just kind of they got to do these like over the top things.
Yeah,
and you just get bored with it. You know what? It's like sometimes let's just do you know like why can't 911 just be about like having them take like a cat down out of a tree or something? Just do something like low key. It's like it's all right. You can still have character development around it. You don't need to have like a Ferris wheel breaks and like someone falls off it, and then like the next episode you have to have like a big like plane crash, and the following episode is like a great like jet ski disaster, like a freak.
That's one of the things I loved about ER. While they did have their big like insane moments, majority of the time, the situations they were dealing with just basic everyday type thing.
Yeah, you had like the grandmother with the flu or something, and like no one was there to like help her.
You know?
And then like 911 gave us Connie Britton as the 911 operator, who is like perfect for the show. Like she's like a great versatile actress. She could do all these great things. And like she didn't want to do the show anymore. And they replaced her with Jennifer Love Hewitt, who, all right, we love her in I Know What You Did Last Summer, and we love her sometimes on Party of Five. She is not a great actress. I'm just going to throw this out there. Like, what else has she really, like, blown us away with?
Kids Incorporated. K-I-D-S Incorporated.
But she was, like, super young and singing. Like, it's her adult career is just very blah.
The thing is, Jennifer Love Hewitt is like David Boreanaz. She has been working on a show every goddamn year since she was the 90s. Ghost Whisperer.
Client List.
Client List, that's what it was. I was like, the Hooker Show.
All right, you know what? I forget that those shows existed because nobody watched it.
Listen, I watched her like throw a pie on Dream Man.
The Ghost Whisperer was just like touched by an angel but with dead spirits, and she solved their crimes, right? Is that... The Ghost Whisperer?
I think, wasn't she married to, like, on that show, Matthew Lillard? Didn't he play her husband or something?
Matthew Lillard was on The Ghost Whisperer?
I think so. Oh my god, I think so.
If he was, that'll blow my mind. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure.
It's not Matthew Lillard. I can tell you that.
Or was it Jamie Kennedy?
All right, let me bring up Jamie Kennedy. That is like a wild...
It must have been Jamie Kennedy.
What year was the show on? I don't even know, to tell you the truth.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was. He's in 45 episodes of The Ghost Whisperer as Eli.
Okay.
From 2008 to 2010.
To be fair, like, there's some part of my brain that get Matthew Lillard and Jamie Kennedy kind of confused.
They kind of, like, crisscrossed paths a lot. Like, I feel like they were always in the same things, and they were playing the same type of characters. I don't know. Like, was this a serious role for Jamie Kennedy, or was he just, like, a wacky... husband of a woman who could see ghosts?
I don't know. His character was Professor Eli James.
So I'm going to say...
Maybe he wasn't the husband.
I don't know. Who cares?
But it looks like he replaced Jay Moore on the show. What was this show? I feel like I have to watch this show now just so I know what the hell it was.
First 5 seasons, it has 107 episodes. It has 107 episodes.
It was a CBS show.
That's way more episodes than I ever thought it would have had. So the series follows the life of Melinda Gordon, played by our gal... JLH, who has the ability to see and communicate with ghosts. While trying to live as normal a life as possible, she is married and owns an antique store. Melinda helps earthbound spirits resolve their problems and cross over into the light, or the spirit world. Okay, so it's kind of like Touched by an Angel.
I mean, there was that era where that was kind of like the thing. The, like, medium kind of person who could help people cross over and whatnot.
I mean, Cameron Manheim was on this show at one point. He said Jane Moore, Aisha Tyler. Like, there is, like, names on this. Like, I don't know, like, why.
Yeah, like...
the show is filmed at the Universal Studios backlot in LA, like our favorite backlot.
Ooh, cool.
Like, where can you watch it? I just need to watch, like, 4 episodes. And
I bet it's on... Well, probably by the time this episode goes up, it'll be called Paramount Plus.
Hold on. Stream The Ghost Whisperer. It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
If you want to watch it. All right. You know what? This weekend, we're going to watch, like, the first 5 episodes of The Ghost Whisperer. We're going to do a big book report on Boise, Idaho, and then a big book report on The Ghost Whisperer. We're going to come back next week, and we're going to offer our opinions.
Even though we are not doing The Ghost Whisperer next week.
No, it's not like we're in the middle of a theme month or anything, so we have time to really get into other things. All right.
Okay, next week is your pick, though.
Yeah, next week is my pick. We're going to do a... This is the big show. This is a pretty big show to me. Kat doesn't really like it that much. She's not a big fan of it.
I'm giving Patrick this one. I told him this is your one chance if you want to do it.
So next week, we're going to go to Pawnee. We're going to go to the little tiny community of Pawnee. I think it's in Indiana or Illinois. It's one of the I-states. Speaking of I-states.
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana. We're going to hang in with our gal pal, Amy Poehler. Why am I blanking on her name? What's his name? Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida Jones.
Oh, okay.
Chris Pratt's in this show. Whoa, I forgot. Yeah, whoa.
Will that make 4 Rob Lowe episodes in a row?
Yeah, whoa. Did we just accidentally do a theme month? Did we accidentally do a Rob Lowe theme month?
I think we did.
We didn't plan on it?
We started out with an after-school special. We've always wanted to do one. We were going to do that Kaylee Cuoco, but... Ooh, Patrick, Rob Lowe was in that Kaylee Cuoco movie we were going to do.
Yeah, he played Drew Peterson, right? Or Scott Peterson, one of the Petersons. He played the guy.
Whichever Peterson I think it's Drew for that one.
All right, but then we couldn't find that movie. Well, we found it, but it was like $15 on Amazon. We're like, we're not paying $15 for that fucking thing.
Fuck that.
Then we randomly, I was like, hey, let's do a Jennifer Grey movie.
And we both picked movies that had Rob Lowe with them.
Hold on. And then you said to do this.
Yeah.
And Rob Lowe is it. And I said, let's do Parks and Recreations because you're going to give it to me. Whoa.
Wow.
Did we an accidental theme month?
We've been doing a Rob Lowe theme month and didn't even realize it.
We duped ourselves just when you said we were never going to do another theme month ever again. So who knows? How about June Lockhart June?
There's stuff.
Oh yeah, she's in a lot. I think she's still alive too, isn't she?
I don't know.
As of recording.
Dude, I swear to God.
You know what? She was born on June 25th, so like that'd be perfect to do for June.
Do not kill June Lockhart. Do not kill June Lockhart.
I won't, I promise. You know what? June Lockhart, if you're listening, hold out till July. Till after this comes out. Till after all your episodes come out.
Oh my God.
We could do Lassie. Is she in Lassie? I don't even know. It's like saying that.
She was on General Hospital.
She's in Alfred Hitchcock, Adam 12, Happy Days.
There's Perry Mason.
Knots Landing.
The Drew Carey Show.
Something called Danger Island. Las Vegas. This is the part where you just start naming things June Lockhart's in.
Butterfly. Sleep with Me.
She was in something in 2019 called Bongi Bear and the Kingdom of Rhythm.
As Mindy the Owl. Oh my God.
She was even in the Lost in Space movie that came out in 1998, so good for her. She did the voice of Aladdin's mother.
Didn't Netflix do a new Lost in Space? Whatever happened to that?
They did at least one season. I don't know if they did a second one.
Yeah.
They did a second season.
They did? Oh.
They sure did. It has not yet been canceled. Not yet been canceled. I was going to say, isn't Matt LeBlanc on it? But that's the movie.
I don't think I, have ever watched any real... Lost in Space was not one that, pulled me in as a kid.
Really? I used to always watch it. I kind of dug it.
Yeah, I think it was I know Nick at Night had it for a while. It's just not one that I dove into.
Well, we'll do it for June Lockhart June.
You know me, I'm a Dick Van Dyke girl.
Dip into the wild world of Lost in Space. We'll finally get lost and try to find our way back. All right. Anything I'm missing? Anything you want to add on Rob Lowe month? On
the accidental Rob Lowe month.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, figured it out 3/4 of the way in.
The question is, did they figure it out before we figured it out?
We'll find out.
No, I think that's it. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcast,
Pinterest. We're on Pinterest.
Amazon Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
We haven't pimped the Pinterest in a while.
Dude, I never, I scroll through you know what I look up on Pinterest? I look up wedding stuff. That's all I think about when I'm on Pinterest now.
Well, if you want to see what how to make a moon pie or whatever it was, vampire pie, then that's where you gotta go.
Vampire pie!
Go to Pinterest. Alright. As always, girl,
bye!
Watch the skies for the Boise skyline, which is hopefully a beautiful skyline.
You're gonna get us so destroyed.